May I now request the director to please greet Mr. Shastri with the shawl. May I request Shri Krishna Kulkarni, Chairman, Board of Governors, to hand over the Distinguished Alumnus Award and the citation scroll to Mr. Shastri. May I request Professor Rashmi Kumari to come on stage and read the citation for Mr. Srikant Sastri.
Good evening, everyone. We take immense pleasure in honoring Mr. Srikant Sastri, an alumnus of 28th batch of IIM Calcutta, for his outstanding entrepreneurial achievements. Mr. Shastri is a seasoned entrepreneur who has built and exited 2 successful ventures with more than 2,000 employees and 15,000 employees respectively. He is considered one of the most respected entrepreneurship evangelists in the country. He co-founded Crayon Data, the ambitious Singapore and India-based AI startup. As an entrepreneurship evangelizer, he created Chalo Startup web series and is on several government advisory bodies. After completing an engineering degree from IIT Kanpur and an MBA from IIM Calcutta, he started his career with Unilever India and after that worked at McCann Erickson. Mr. Srikant is a mentor on a mission. He is the president of the Indus Entrepreneur Thai Delhi NCR chapter, one of the largest and most awarded chapters amongst the 60 Thai chapters across 14 countries. The Thai NCR chapter has played a pivotal role in developing the startup ecosystem in India and is now an essential ally of the government in crucial initiatives for startups. Mr. Srikant believes that the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation should spread far beyond the metros to provide real opportunities for India's youth. Transforming universities into hubs of entrepreneurship and focusing on underserved regions is a big part of his focus, and he has devoted significant amount of his time to this endeavor. Mr. Srikant holds formal board position at various startup incubators and government bodies. He speaks regularly at colleges and youth forums across the country and has published vast amount of relevant content on his social media channels that are widely followed. The Ventilator Project, his best-selling co-authored book in 2021, is a perfect example of success story of rapid innovation that created growth. His ongoing video series on his YouTube channel, Chalo Startup, answers the most common questions that startup co-founders have and have helped them jumpstart their dreams. As a jury member of 13-episode recently aired TV show, Icons of Bharat, Mr. Srikant engaged deeply with the grassroots entrepreneurs across the country. His contribution as the chairman of IIM Calcutta Innovation Park was pivotal in taking it to the next level and making it one of the leading incubators in the country. As someone who has built and sold to extensive service ventures in India and Southeast Asia, Mr. Srikant now uses his vast experience of over 3 decades to help emerging and aspiring entrepreneurs. He mentors several companies like Kirana Club, Omniflow, Fellow, Vidyo, and hands-on quite few of them to create India-centric impact. As someone who has contributed to the entrepreneurship ecosystem of the country, we take immense pride in congratulating Mr. Srikant Sastri for his extraordinary achievements. We acknowledge Mr. Shastri's significant achievements as an entrepreneur with enormous pride and bestow upon him the Institute's highest honor for its alumni, the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Thank you.
Good evening, namaskar. I'm going to start by deviating from the script first to respond to Manish's comment about mosquitoes, seepage, CPWD. As an entrepreneur, I would say give us more mosquitoes, more seepage, more CPWD. The more problems you give, there'll be more entrepreneurs in the country. The other point I want to make is our MC said 5 minutes only. The original brief from the alumni office was 5 to 7 minutes. As an entrepreneur, I will take the liberty, therefore, and go beyond 5 minutes because entrepreneurs take liberties. Okay. Thank you, first of all, for the award. Deeply honored. I live in Delhi, but I flew in from Mumbai to Kolkata this morning because I had work in Mumbai over the weekend. I actually see this as divine coincidence, because my first ever trip to IMC in 1983 was via the Mumbai-Howrah Gitanjali Express, named after Gurudev Tagore's collection of poetry. A prestigious train bringing many of us to this prestigious institution. That date is etched in my memory for many reasons. One of the reasons was that was the date, June 25th, 1983, that India won the '83 World Cup. But that was also the date I and others came to IMC full of curiosity, expectation, and hope with respect to IMC. So if that train trip was about curiosity and hope, this morning's flight from Mumbai was about gratitude to IMC. And gratitude for 3 big reasons, besides, of course, the reward. Reason number 1, IMC has been the foundation for my career and life. I specialized in marketing and finance, and my first venture was a marketing services business. What I learned in class, I built a business around it. My specialization in finance was very useful because I had a bootstrapped business. So every day with my team, I would use my Finance One concepts and review with them invoicing, collections, cash, accounts receivable, accounts payable with my team to ensure that the business could survive. And while on campus, we would curse our Professor Ramu, N. Ramachandran of finance every day because of how tough he was. But when I was running my business, I thanked him and blessed him every day. So it was at IMC where I met my would-be wife, Sudha, also. She's a 20th batcher. Her specialization was in HR, and it so happens that my second venture was built in the HR domain. She often tells me that I borrowed or stolen her expertise. Now, that's not an argument I ever try and get into with her because I know I'll never win. You never win arguments with your spouse. The only time she did not have the last word was when our sons accompanied us to the campus reunion. Now, we went across to the admin block. There's a roll of honor there. My sons saw my name on the roll of honor, and they asked my wife, "Why is your name missing?" She said, "I didn't study hard enough on campus." My son turns around to her and says, "Now you can never tell us that we must study harder." So that was one of those times IMC was responsible for me having one-upmanship over my wife. Again, a reason for gratitude. So reason number 2 is that IMC gave me a sense of purpose. overtly and subtly, IMC drilled in all of us the message that business is not just about profits. It's also about staying connected with India's socio-economic realities. Professor Kamini Adhikari's course, Indian Economic and Political History, is still very memorable for me. And now I see the same thing being replicated via IIM Calcutta Innovation Park, which is doing great work at the grassroots, especially in the lesser developed states of East and Northeast India. That sense of purpose became my North Star in my career and life. Reason number 3 is the most interesting. IMC gave me exposure to a region, West Bengal and East India. The people here, the food here, etc. It introduced Kolkata as a city to me, a city that I and my family are very fond of now, although we live in Delhi. I've come back umpteen times on work, but work is only an excuse. We really come here for the food in Calcutta. As vegetarians many years ago, we started with the Bengali thali at Aheli at Peerless Inn, gradually moved to 6 Baliganj Place, and more recently my IMCIP friends introduced me to a new place called Babu Culture. Jokes apart, it's hard to find a city that's as warm and welcoming as Kolkata. So those were my 3 reasons, but I have to thank several people in this room. Sri Krishna Kulkarni, for that phone call in September 2018 when you invited me to join the board of IMCIP. Uttamda, Balram is somewhere in the audience, Manish, Bhaskar, Bodhibrata, all of you have been such wonderful colleagues on the IMCIP board. Anirvan, Suren, Vidyanand, with whom I have had great time in some of the MDP and LDP programs. Note that I've used the first names for all of you. As a student, we don't do that with our profs, but I think I've earned some friendship with you. I would finally like to thank the wonderful team at IIM Calcutta Innovation Park, the leadership there which has made IMCIP the best incubator in the country. Shubhranshu Sanyal, Debo Pratim, Namami, Gaurav, Pranjal, hats off to you guys. Thank you once again for this award. I'm deeply grateful and honored. I recall once again, I started with Gitanjali from Tagore. I'm going to end with one more takeaway from Tagore's Gitanjali. Give me the strength to make my love fruitful and service. I hope I can continue to serve my alma mater in the same way. Thank you.